So here we are on the putting green at Denton, and today we're going to go through some of the situations and scenarios that do occur on the putting green. And the first one is quite simple. My ball is here, it's near the hole, and I want to mark it so I can line it up and potentially clean it. So I'm going to take a marker, and that marker can be a round disc preferably, or if you wish you could use another marker, maybe a T. However, you must remember, you mark your ball behind the ball. You don't mark it at the side, and you definitely don't mark it at the front. You mark your ball behind the ball, and now you can lift it. Now, what happens if unfortunately you get distracted, and a few scenarios can happen. So the first one is you accidentally pick your marker up without putting your ball down first. That is a one-shot penalty. What you must then do is replace that ball as near as possible to where you picked it up from. Obviously in agreement with your playing partners. And so we're going to replace that ball. The next scenario is, unfortunately, you're still a bit distracted, and you think, okay, I'm going to take my putt now. Oh no, it's not lined up correctly. So you twist the ball round to line your line up. You've not moved it off its spot, it's not gone anywhere, but you've rotated it. That's a one-shot penalty. So remember, never touch your ball unless you've got your marker down behind it. So we've got our marker down behind the ball, and our playing partners say, well, it's in the way, can you move it? So making sure you have the flag against, looking at that side of your body in line, you then pick a reference point in the distance, and you then use your putter head and you move it maybe a couple of putter heads behind. Now then, okay, so you're now going to have to put that back before you hit your putt. So what can happen? Well, once again, in the spur of the moment, you put your ball down, lined up, you pick your marker up, and you hit that putt. Unfortunately, you've incurred 2 penalty strokes. You've not replaced your ball where it originally was, which is 1 penalty stroke, and you've actually played a ball from the wrong place, which is 2 penalty strokes. That's loss of hole in match play. In a Stableford, well, you may still score. In a medal, you may still carry on, but only if you correct that mistake before you go to the next tee, even if you've holed out. So what you have to do is, once again, remember where it should have been, and now play your stroke and complete the hole. Okay, so now we're going to talk about what are known as loose impediments. So the definition of a loose impediment on the putting surface are things like twigs, leaves, soil, sand, and stones. And in this case, I want to hit my putt, and all this lot are in the way. So yes, I can clear the stone, I can throw it away. I can brush the loose sand and possibly potentially a worm cast, which could be classed as part of soil, and I brush away across the line of my putt. One of the things now got to talk about is what happens if my ball is off the green. So there's my ball, it's off the green now. What can I do? Well, once again, because these are on the putting surface, I can remove them. So I can remove the stone and I can brush away the soil. They are on the putting surface. That's the important point. However, here's my ball off the green, and now unfortunately I've got some soil or sand off the putting surface, in the way of my ball, but it's off the putting surface. And to make it worse, I've got some stones as well. So what can I do? I can actually throw the stone away. But in this case, the sand or soil that is off the putting green, even though it's in the way of my ball, is not classed as a loose impediment, and as such you are not allowed to move it. If inadvertently you bend down, you look at your putt, like I say, we're talking off the green, you see this in front of it which is off the green, and you inadvertently do that, well, unfortunately that is a 2-shot penalty.